Hey, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the 23rd race in season number 1 of the Crown Royal Series. We are here at the Phoenix International Raceway for the 7-Up 200, a 29-lap race here today, not 30 laps like it normally would be, just how I have it set in there. Doesn't have 30 laps, so I'm not going to go change it and mess up the Cup race, which is 48 laps long. But anyway, let's get to the starting lineup here. Eric Heiden starts on the pole alongside him. It is Eric Powers. You got Mason Powers, Richard Schaffner, Ferdinand Gabat, Dejan Weeks, Nicholas Amadea, Marshall Free. Championship contender Garrett Tenor, who is only 16 points off of the lead right now. And he's the highest of all those championship contenders. And he starts a good ways ahead of the other championship contenders, Eric Almenhart, Will Blake, and Dale Salzman. We'll get to them in a minute. L.J. Mills, Dean Wickard, Aaron Walpole, Cameron Gaju, Riley White, Jacob Reed, Tyler Selsman, Dane Amon, Matt Dallio, Warren Henniger, Stuart Cratton, Caleb Hoffman, Alan Cavagnaro, Elijah Gordon, Cameron Growington, Diego Stevenson. 14 points behind is Dale Salzman. He's back in there. Tristan Walker, Hairgel Arvin Alonso, Biff Crafton, Trey Bartow, Kevin Gandara, Max Newirth, Austin Spencer, Adam Pinchon. And then our points leader, Eric Almenhart. 3 points behind is Will Blake. They start deep in the field for this race. You have Christian Master, Jonathan Skimnicki, Clint Buchanan, and Joffrey Toussaint. The full field starting here today at Phoenix. So, the championship picture can get really interesting at the end of this one, especially with Garrett Senor where he is in the number 6. He's fourth in points right now, 16 points behind, I'm pretty sure. But if he can finish 16 points ahead, and we have a problem with Dejan Weeks. And Dejan Weeks is going to fail to start the race in the number 25. Hopefully this inside lane gets back up to speed properly. Looks like we're all good. But yeah, if Garrett Senor finishes deep ahead, or far ahead of guys like Eric Almenhart and Will Blake, he could end up the points leader at the end of this one. We are green flag racing now in the 7-Up 200, and Eric Heiden is the leader. You have Richard Schaffner here in the 98. He's kind of stuck 3 wide, but he's able to get to that inside lane. Eric Powers in second place, right behind Eric Heiden. And there goes Eric Powers with a nose underneath of the 28. Eric Powers trying to win his 3rd race of the season. He won at Talladega and Chicagoland. Those are his 2 wins so far this season. And he's now underneath of the 28 for the lead. How about Marshall Free? Good to see him up here in this number 90. He has not won a race yet this season in any series, but he's right now running 3rd. So good to see him up front. And the 3's high on the racetrack. Almost thought he could smack the wall there, but he didn't. And here's Garrett Senor. He's on this inside lane, moving his way up. He's right now running 9th. And I said he's 16 points behind. I'm pretty sure I'm right when I say that. Other guys that are in this championship contention, Will Blake, he's 3 points behind Eric Almenhart, who's the points leader. And then we have Dale Salzman in the 43, 14 points behind our leader. But at the way it's going, we will come out of Phoenix with Garrett Senor, the points leader, with the way they're running right now. It's not going to necessarily be that way at the end of the race. We're only on lap 4 of 29. But if it happens to finish the way it is now, Garrett Senor would leave Phoenix, the points leader, heading into the final race of the season. And that's a very good place to be heading into the Homestead finale race. Marshall Free with a run here on the 88, trying to take the lead from him. On the inside lane, he's going to file up a little bit. And it looks like we might have a caution on our hands, and we do. And it probably was Dejan Weeks coming out of the pit road having to do with something there. That's Trey Bartow and Dejan Weeks down the front stretch. The caution's actually already out as far as I know. And I'm pretty sure it's involving Hairgel Arvin Alonso and Trey Bartow. And it is. In turns 3 and 4, hard in the wall go Bartow and Alonso. And then Dejan Weeks, who had that problem earlier, he just got back out on the racetrack, actually. And coming through turns 3 and 4, He just runs smack right into Trey Bartow, and that's going to end Bartow's day. Alonso doesn't have too much damage on his car; he'll be able to continue, but that's a tough one for Trey Bartow in the number 4. Does not look like he is going to stay in this race with that front end damage. So this is going to shake things up a little bit. Garrett Zenor right now running 7th. At the way they're running, he is the points leader in the number 6. Eric Almenhart in the 29, who is our points leader coming into this race. 32nd, Will Blake 28th, Dale Salzman running 23rd. Salzman can gain some points on these two guys. Will Blake can gain some points on Eric Almenhart. It could be at the end of this race that Almenhart could be 4th in points. Elijah Gorin had some damage. There might have been a little clog up on one of those green flag laps. He's got some front end damage to his car. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how the points are. I will walk you guys through the points and how they will be before we head into the final race of the season. So you guys just know what's going on there. I didn't do that with the truck series. I do apologize. I didn't do that yesterday. That was yesterday, yeah. But in the truck series, at least, I kind of forgot to mention Cameron Garlington. He drives a 92 in this series, not in championship contention over here in the Crown Royal Series, but in the truck series, driving the number 10, he is 3rd in points, and he is a good contender to win the championship. I'm pretty sure he is about 10 points off of the lead, and he's definitely a very good contender to win the Napa Truck Series Championship. So we'll see how that all plays out over there. But here we still got this race to go in the Crown Royal Series, and Garrett Zenor right now as they are running is the points leader. If he can stay there, he probably will be the points leader at the end of the race. All depends if the guys behind him who are up in points can catch up to him. We'll get to the restart here in the 7-Up 200 right now at the Phoenix International Raceway. Okay, we are back here at the Phoenix International Raceway. Eric Powers is the leader, followed by Marshall Free, pole sitter Eric Hayden running 3rd, LJ Mills in 4th, Aaron Walpole in 5th. Fernand Gabat is 6th, Garrett Zenor is 7th, Richard Schaffner 8th, Riley White 9th, and Mason Powers is in 10th place. Let's get this one back underway. The 7-Up 200 is back racing here at the Phoenix International Raceway, and Eric Powers with a good jump on the 90 of Marshall Free. Kind of run a middle lane throughout turns 1 and 2 there, which is quite interesting. But, it seems to work very well. He seemed to get a good outside run through those corners. Turns 3 and 4 are not as banked as turns 1 and 2. So, more inside lane is where you would like to be over there. We'll check in on some other championship contenders here in this race. I missed one. Where is Salzman? It looks like Salzman might have had a problem because I don't see him anywhere. Right now, Will Blake, who came into this race 2nd in points, only 3 points behind the points leader Eric Almenhart, is right now running 24th. We have our points leader heading into the race. Eric Almenhart was ahead by 3 points over Will Blake, but the way he's running, he will not be the points leader exiting this one. He's running 30th. And something had to have happened to Dale Salzman in the 43. I do not see him anywhere on the racetrack. We'll see. It looks to me like he had a problem, and he did. He is not on the racetrack anymore, and it looks like he's going to finish the race at 38th place. So that is probably going to end his chances for a championship. So now the championship battle is between Garrett Zenor, Will Blake, and Eric Almenhart. Now, if Will Blake can catch up enough to Garrett Zenor and even pass him, that would definitely help Will Blake's chances. Will Blake, I'm pretty sure, is 13 points ahead of Garrett Zenor. So the closer he gets to Zenor, the closer the championship is going to be between him and Zenor. And we got Eric Almenhart as well, but he is falling back in this number 29. And Almenhart would prefer to finish at least 4 positions ahead of Will Blake if he wants to remain ahead of him. But it looks like, even at the way they're running, Eric Almenhart still has a shot at the championship, and so does Will Blake. They'll probably be all close up in points. Garrett Zenor, though, would be the points leader at the way they're running now. And Zenor's moving his way up. He's up to 5th place in this number 6. And a good run for the driver of the number 6, Garrett Zenor. He's been kind of quiet in the recent races here in the Crown Royal Series, but he does have one win, the one win on the road course, Road America, earlier this season. And he is definitely a very good contender for this championship. Also a very good contender for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship as well. Both of these series, he could definitely win the championship, and we'll see how solid of a finish he gets here today. I'm doing it tonight. I'm doing it at night. Doing it during the rained out Coca-Cola Zero 400. It gets rained out every year now. Anyway, Sid Noor underneath of LJ Mills now, trying to get third from him. So Sid Noor keeps on moving his way up. We'll check in on Will Blake. We'll see where he is, and he's right now running 23rd. Will Blake would definitely get by Eric Almenhart, but he would remain in second place. About, I say, maybe 6 or 7 points behind who would be the points leader, Garrett Zenor. And Eric Almenhart would be just about, I say, he's in 23rd right now. Will Blake's in 23rd, so that's 7 positions. So about 4 points behind would be Eric Almenhart. So Almenhart would be about 12 points off the points lead heading into the final race of the season. And you never know. There could be more guys that catch up who are up in the points. And, of course, I will walk you through the points. I kind of don't know who's up there in points other than those 3 guys. But I will surely let you know who the championship contenders are after this race. Eric Heiden underneath of Eric Powers for the lead. Heiden trying to make it 2 in a row in the Crown Royal Series. He won the last race at Kansas. Trying to get his 3rd win of the season. And Eric Heiden definitely, he might be a championship contender as well. If he can get this win, he might have a shot at it when we head to Homestead. But he's got to hold off Garrett Zenor, and Zenor, if he wins this race, he definitely would be the points leader, and he'd actually have more of an advantage on Will Blake if he got the win, because you get those bonus points for winning. And Garrett Zenor definitely contender to win this thing and to win this championship. But Eric Powers has got a fast car in this number 88, trying to win his 3rd race of the season. As the season comes to a close, the next to last race of the season. And it's looking like Eric Powers might pull this one off here today at Phoenix. But Garrett Zenor, you gotta watch out for guys like Zenor, Will Blake, and Eric Almenhart when we head to Homestead. They're going to be the championship contenders. I mean, Will Blake, he's closing in on Garrett Zenor. Will Blake keeps on moving his position up. Eric Almenhart finally got on his inside lane, so he might move some positions up in the later goings of this race. We'll see how he does. But he's on the inside lane, so Eric Almenhart might try to close up on Will Blake here. Not sure if it's going to be enough, though. And you never know when we could have another caution, too. I mean, look at those guys bumping off of each other. Stuart Cratton and Cameron Garlington through turns 3 and 4. And for the lead, Garrett Zenor underneath of the 88. And Garrett Zenor wants to win this championship, no doubt. The 6th of Garrett Zenor, the new leader here at Phoenix. And no doubt if he could pull off this win here today, only unless Will Blake closes up in the top 5, Garrett Zenor would be the points leader if he could pull the win off. But you got guys like Ferdinand Gabat. He's up to 3rd place in this number 97, trying to get something done here today. Hasn't won a race since California, in the Crown Royal Series at least. But you also got LJ Mills here, who hasn't won a race this season. And he's the only one in the top 5 that actually hasn't won a race this season. He's been kind of consistent in the later goings of this season, but hasn't gotten a win yet all season long on Napa Fan, all series. But you could possibly sneak one in here today. It's possible. But it might not happen. I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be probably either Eric Powers or Garrett Zenor. Zenor leading right now in the number 6. Trying to win his 2nd race of the season in the Crown Royal Series. And right now, if the way it stands, he would be the points leader exiting this race. And Will Blake looks like he's going to get stuck on the outside lane here. So that's going to close up Eric Almenhart to him. Almenhart now running 25th, so he's closing up on Will Blake. But if Zenor wins this thing, the points lead is going to be a little more between Zenor and Blake. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But right now, it is looking like Garrett Zenor is going to win this race. It's going to be 4 laps to go right now. We got a slow car up ahead. That's Hairgel Larvin Alonso in the 42. We'll see if the 6 can get by him pretty easily. If it's only going to be one car, it should be pretty easy. It's just when we're going to go double wide back here is where it could be a problem. Senor gets by Alonso pretty easily. But we got some double wide racing behind him. Eric Powers is going to drive by the 42. And they're going to go 3 wide underneath of the 42. But Garrett Senor, he's pulling away now in this number 6. So that's a great thing for Garrett Senor. We'll check in and see how the other points leaders are going. Will Blake back on the inside lane, but Eric Almenhart's not too far behind him. So Eric Almenhart and Will Blake are going to be really close in points. They're still not out of the championship of where they're running, but Senor is looking like he's going to run away with this one here today. And he only has 1.5 laps to go, and he's going to win his 2nd race of the season in the Crown Royal Series. So Garrett Senor rounding turns 3 and 4 for the next to last time here today. Coming into turn 4, he's going to see the white flag. Eric Powers might have a shot, though. He's starting to close up a little bit on the 6 of Garrett Senor. We've seen close finishes here before. But Garrett Senor runs the middle lane and gets a good run off of turn 2. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time of the day, Garrett Senor, who is a championship contender, will take the points lead heading into the final race of the season, and Garrett Senor wins the 7-Up 200 at Phoenix. We'll take a look and see where Will Blake and Eric Almenhart finished. Will Blake finished 16th. Eric Almenhart finished 23rd. So Will Blake will have 2nd place in points, and Eric Almenhart will have 3rd. But Garrett Senor will be the points leader heading into the final race of the season. And a good last-second push for that number 6 team. And it's going to be their first time this season, I'm pretty sure, that they have had the points lead. And it is at the perfect time as well. So we'll see how that all plays out. I will walk you through the points and show you guys who's going to be in contention for the championship. Looks like Eric Hyden blows an engine, but that's at the end of the race. He finished 4th. Eric Powers, LJ Mills, 2nd and 3rd. And Ferdinand Gabat in 5th place. Take a look at the rest of the results right here. And, if you're in there, sorry. Didn't really have the best of the races. Can't always have the best of races. So Will Blake finished 16th, and Eric Almenhart finished 23rd. Will Blake will have an advantage on Eric Almenhart in the points, but Garrett Senor will be the points leader, and I will show you guys how many points they'll be ahead by right after this race. So yeah, the race is over, so let's get to it. Here are the points in the Crown Royal Series, and these are the drivers who will have contention to win the championship when we head to Homestead later in the week. So thank you guys very much for watching, and here we go. I'm going to show you guys the points. I should stop talking before I just completely fail. I've already done that. Well, here are the points for the Crown Royal Series heading into the final race of the season at Homestead Miami Speedway, and the points leader is Garrett Senor in the number 6. He has 592 points, and he is 7 points ahead of 2nd place Will Blake, and 11 points ahead of 3rd place Eric Almenhart. All 3 of those guys have chances to win the championship, and Eric Powers has the slightest of chances to win the championship. It would have to be that Garrett Senor finishes in last place and Eric Powers wins. If Eric Powers were to win, it is possible, but don't count on it. But Garrett Senor, Will Blake, and Eric Almenhart, they are the 3 possible winners for the championship. And Garrett Senor, as long as he wins or finishes in the top 7, sorry, no, I'm wrong. If he wins or finishes in the top 4, I'm pretty sure he wins the championship. Wins or finishes in the top 4. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, those are the points right there. Garrett Senor is the points leader. Will Blake is 7 points behind, and Eric Almenhart is 11 points behind. So just remember that heading into the finale race at Homestead, which will be sometime this week. Guys will definitely see it. And, so congratulations to Garrett Senor for winning this race, and we'll see how the championship all plays out when we head to Homestead later in the week. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Here are the rest of the points for the Crown Royal Series.
I got no fear.